Alright, you guys, welcome back to a brand new episode here on
The ankle.
Hey Amber.
I hate you like I'm young.
This video is so raw, you guys. Fuck. Fuck me!
And that's when I noticed the cold breeze.
The ankle's a little mean.
My girlfriend behind my back was calling me Pocahontas.
So, welcome back, you guys. I know it's been a minute. I think it's only like 2 weeks since we last did a reading. First off, thank you so much for tuning on in. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Like and subscribe, become a true. So, yeah. I want to check out some of the recent ongoings in the world. Nothing too crazy. This is just going to be probably a shorter video. But I do want to focus on Amber. We'll see how her month is going to look. Just do kind of a very open, basic reading. I don't think we need to do like a specific weekly one because we don't know. But I'm going to do that, just a very basic one. Maybe a duo pairs reading for her, and I'm thinking specifically Mama Lynn, but I think also Grandma Lynn. Tammy, I think, is so far removed right now that there isn't really a connection there anymore. But I do want to see the people that are still kind of in Amber's circle, I guess, or sphere of influence, sphere of manipulation. And then I want to do just a basic couples reading for Salah and Foodie and see how they're doing. Because it seems like stuff's going a little crazy with them too. But yeah, thank you so much as always, guys. And with that, let's just dive right on in, right? We're going to start with the Minor Arcana deck here for our symbolizer. And we'll just start off with Amber and Christine, her mother. So, universe, show us the signifier for Amber. Ooh. You know what? Let's just see. Let's just see. So, for Amber and her mom. Ooh, Amber, judgment reversed. Self-doubt, lack of awareness, inner critic, self-loathing, punishment, destruction, ignoring the call. I think that does speak very loudly to Amber's personality that we know her as. And then for Mama Lynn, the magician, upright, action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. Now, I think with some of the information Tammy has released, Mama Lynn's image is a little bit, I don't even want to say tainted, because none of us expected her to be perfect. However, I think in Girl World, it has always been pretty much well understood that we don't support enablers here, and that's kind of what she's doing. But I think that might be in and of itself like her willpower coming through to just persevere, as well as I think maybe creativity a bit. But Amber's definitely pushing her mom. Okay, I do think that's an interesting pull for our first cards. Okay, universe, show us Amber's energy in this connection with her mother. The Fool reversed. Holding back, indecision, hesitation, recklessness, fearlessness, bad choices, risk-taking. Okay. I will say we haven't gotten a read for Mama Lynn and Amber this bad in a while. So I think the Tammy heat is definitely stirring waves within the family. I mean, waves in the background, right? So I do find that interesting. Also, there's a continuation of this wave. I'm just noticing that in the judgment as well. So very interesting. We could see that as maybe like Amber's tidal wave of emotions, or the coming and going of these like phases that she finds herself in. Okay. So Mama Lynn brings the lovers. Interesting. love, harmony, relationships, union, partnerships, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. Now, we have done readings for Mama Lynn in the past, and the lovers does get pulled up a lot for her. I have a feeling that Mama Lynn's support for her relationship with Amber, or support for just this time in general, is coming from her love interest. And I think that's a huge kind of like foundation of strength almost, even if their relationship isn't perfect. It seems like they're almost kind of unified in this. Which, as shady as the family's been sounding lately, that would make sense if she was just talking a whole lot of smack behind Amber's back. I mean, someone's gotta be, right? Alright, universe, show us their shared energy in this relationship. The Chariot. Interesting. We pulled out a lot for Emily, but upright: movement, progress, action, integration, determination, willpower, control, direction, departure, courage. I think this could be good or bad, honestly. I think Mama Lynn has the power to create change in Amber. However, I don't know if she's going to use it. So I mean fair, because we see all of this like very bad choice making, very bad just decisions made in general, and blocks being held back by something. I don't know if Amber's going to be able to get to this point. She might really need to rely on her mom, but rely on her in a way that she's never had to before. And that, I think, is going to take heavy therapy. This is interesting. Okay. Seems like Mama Lynn's very well grounded, even through like the drama of it all, somewhat. And then there's Amber, but interesting. And then of course Chariot, because I mean Mama Lynn, really, it could have maybe also just be seen as that. Mama Lynn is going to be doing all this. Amber's stuck in her bullshit, and all Mama Lynn is going to become to Amber is a ride, a literal chariot. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, so there's that, but I do want to do one for Amber and her grandma, right? All right, universe, show us the signifier for Amber Lynn. Temperance, upright, balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. Okay. I don't trust that though. Not that I don't trust it from the universe, I don't trust Amber's intentions with having this. So we're going to see how this goes. Alright, universe. Show us Amber's grandmother's signifier. That's a little ironic. Who knows? Maybe because they are so freaking alike, so similarly like psychotic, maybe their energies are such a balance to each other that I don't know. Not a balance in a good way, like tipping the scales towards ultimate power. I think that's what both of them struggle for, is like power and control. Upright, justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. I also think maybe we're picking up how they feel about themselves. Alright, universe, show us Amber's signifier in this relationship with her grandmother. Ooh, messy. The Empress, upright, abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting, development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, action. This is odd, okay? Compared to what we pulled for Amber with her mom, do we think maybe Amber could be shifting her focus? I think that could be it. I think maybe Amber sees a vulnerable victim in her grandmother, and the possibility there, almost like a revenge too. But I wonder, there's some game that's happening between Amber and her grandmother, which seems about right for both of them. All right, universe, show us. I'm going to say this more upright. The Fool. New beginnings, possibilities, innocence, spontaneous optimism, trust in life, blind faith, adventure, opportunity, pleasure. I don't know, dude. I don't know. But I also see the water over here and then turning into a large, like, again. Although, is that supposed to be mountains or water? I guess interpret it however you want. I view it as water. The calm river turning into an approaching tidal wave. There's also a waterfall in the background of the Empress. Oh, okay. I did have something else I was going to say, but it's getting a little like mumbo jumbo-y. But like the versatility of water as well, the manipulative power of water, if we are to look at it that way. It can be calm, it can be raging. So I think maybe that could play into it as well. But I think maybe Amber's targets are moving on from her mom. The Hanged Man, upright. Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things different than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, release. To be honest, it almost feels like most of the trauma that's related with Amber all stems from the grandmother, even though Christine is to blame for some of that as well. It seems like it all really stems from the grandmother. And we have two very bullheaded people, it seems, that are staunch in their ways. They're going to come to kind of like a clash. One of them is going to have to surrender and let go. But who knows who that could be? Who knows? I don't read this as joyful as it seems. I see two very conflicting people. But I don't know. Maybe I'm just not reading that. I don't know. Because I see a lot of pride in this up here, and then the coming to a stalemate. Like, they're gonna be butting heads. We'll see, though. We'll see. Alrighty. Should we ask the Magic Conch? I guess. Magic Conch, is Amber Lynn fighting with her family?
No.
Interesting. Is Amber Lynn's family enabling Amber?
Sounds like a lot of hoopla.
I mean, listen, I have made the excuse that when you are facing abuse, verbal or physical, whatever, then enabling is more closely related, I think, to your own survival. And I think Amber's mom is in such a hard place because she has healed so much comparatively to Amber. And I think Amber's trying to pull her back to that place of her mom not being all there, not being aware enough of herself and her own worth, her own strength to say no to Amber. So maybe, yeah, it's not enabling because Amber's mom is just trying to avoid the abuse that will inevitably come from her daughter. I mean, hey, she's an adult. She can say no. But I do understand where I think Christine feels highly, highly compelled because of Amber's past. And Amber 1,000% holds that over her head. Alrighty. Before we do the monthly kind of just generic read for Amber, see, like what's going on with her during this break, we are going to do one for Foodie and Salah, just a generic couples reading. So universe, show us Foodie's signifier. Ooh, temperance again, upright. Balance, harmony, moderation, patience, being sensible, purpose, finding meaning. Well, she's definitely going to find some meaning if she stays over in Syria long enough. That can also be what she's searching for, her intentions of it, which we see is not reality. But that is kind of her intentions of being there. Like, she's trying to find meaning in this family. Alright, universe, show us Salah's signifier. Oh. messy. Let's go with this one. Ooh, the Hermit reversed. Isolation, loneliness, withdraw, resignation, distance, lost your way. Well, I mean, my guy, you got kicked out of your country. So, yeah. And I will say that Kuwait was his country. He lived there his entire life. Like, yeah, that's not good. Even if they have family and a place to go back to. He sacrificed a lot because of his poor choices. Strength, yeah, bullheaded again. Just like Amber. Upright, courage, passion, subtle power, persuasion, influence, inner strength, focus, compassion. I think that's what she's trying to do. I do. But I think when that, mask or that facade slips away is when the real Foodie comes out. And I think those instances where she lashes out are probably getting, happening more frequently. Oh, the Chariot reversed. Self-discipline, opposition, lack of direction, lack of control, aggression, arrogance, carelessness. I do get that from Salah. I really do, to be honest. I mean, a lack of direction, duh. Sell your soaps, my guy. Lack of control when you're up against Foodie. Yeah, you do have a lack of control. You really do. But I think because of cultural things, just, how Salah is, that's going to result in aggression. And the carelessness that we see from him towards her, we see that he does not actually care about her. He doesn't actually help her with a whole hell of a lot. Even on camera, it's very, awkward. All right, universe, show us their shared energy together. Ooh, Wheel of Fortune reversed. Bad luck, no control, resistance to change, breaking cycles, negative phase. Yeah, I have a feeling this ain't gonna last too much longer. But truly, who knows? It could be a while, a week. I don't know. But we're gonna have to wait and see. But I've felt it. If that doesn't sound too crazy to say, I've felt it just kind of like brewing for a while. I don't know why. I just get a sense that this whole Muslim arc, Kuwait / Syria arc, Salah arc, I just have a feeling that a lot of it's going to come to a grinding halt soon. I guess we'll have to wait and see. All right, with that, let's just do a very kind of generic, open reading for Amber. Let's see how her month's going to go. So, universe, show us the signifier for Amber this month. See, I got this one in my hand, I got this one in my hand. We'll do a couple. Fuck it. Here, just going to kind of create a stack. Oops, sorry. Alright, let's go there. Didn't mean to look at it. Alright, so we have the Emperor reversed. Domineering, controlling, lack of discipline, rigid, stubborn, tyrant, recklessness. I mean, shit. That's Amber through and through. Aries energy. To be honest, I'm kind of surprised Amber isn't an Aries. No shade. The Star, we get this pulled a lot for Amber, again with the water symbology. Reversed, lack of faith, despair, discouragement, insecurity, self-trust, disconnection. Well, hey, she's disconnecting from the internet for a little bit. And then Judgment, upright. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, mercy. Maybe we could kind of see this as like a beginning of the month, middle of the month, end of the month kind of thing. Listen, Ambi, if you go to therapy, maybe do some actual shit for yourself to better yourself, maybe you will be able to come back and get that redemption, forgiveness, mercy. But it's going to take a lot of work and a lot of honesty. That's the work I'm talking about, not physical work. It's going to take a lot of work within yourself to be honest enough with yourself to actually heal. So with that, let's go to the minor arcana. I feel like we don't get to use them enough. So we'll just pull kind of like a free bunch, whatever pops out and speaks to me. King of Wands upright. Natural leader, visionary, entrepreneur, big picture leader, overcoming challenges, mature, career focused. Well, we do believe that she's going to use this month to pre-film, pre-record a lot of her content for the upcoming kind of like fall/winter season. So I guess, yeah. So, Eight of Swords upright, negative thoughts, self-imposed restriction, imprisonment. I mean, hey, we can only fricking hope. Victim mentality, entrapment. Ooh. Ambi, I have a feeling it's not gonna work out so well for you. To be fair, this might be what she comes back begging for, but I don't think that's what she's going to get. Four of Cups, upright, meditation, contemplation, apathy, reevaluation, disconnected. Again, with the disconnected. I have a feeling she's also going to kind of use that as an excuse. You guys, I've just felt so, disconnected lately. It's so weird, you guys. Six of Cups, upright, familiarity, happy memories, reminiscing, childhood memories, innocence, joy, nostalgia. Okay, is that related to her regression? I mean, maybe we're going to see a very different Amber when she comes back, depending on her coping mechanisms. Ace of Cups, reversed, ooh. Emotional loss, blocked creativity, emptiness, self-love, intuition, repressed emotions. And I mean, the cups just kind of spilling out at this point. I don't think that's a good thing. I just don't. And there's a lot of water symbology with Amber this month. Is she a water sign? Capricorn? This one up top is just it's sitting right there. So fuck it. Ace of Wands, upright, new project, inspiration, urge to create, willpower, desire, power, potential beginnings, new opportunities, growth. I think we'll definitely see some growth width-wise. Okay. Just do one more. Okay. Interesting. Seven of Cups, upright, opportunities, wishful thinking, choices, illusion, searching for purpose, daydreaming. Amber, I'd be careful. Don't spend too much of this month daydreaming, girly pop. You're going to have a lot of serious things to answer to and for. And you're going to also just have a feeling, be presented with a lot of options. And it's going to be very telling which ones that you take. Especially if this is what you're in search of, but this is the mentality you're using to go about it. I don't recommend that. But that's all up to you, poops. Anyways, y'all, thank you so much, as always, for tuning on in. I know these are just a little kind of kooky fun thing that we do when it comes to my own personal practice with tarot. Not at all related to this. This is just for fun, but I do appreciate y'all that give me your advice, how you interpret the cards, your understandings of things. So thank you for that, and I'm always open to hearing that. I'm going to post this in the evening. It feels like a cozier, more spooky time. So, while y'all are chilling and it's dark out and spooky, we'll do this. But yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Subscribe, comment. Hope everyone has a beautiful, wonderful rest of their evening. And I will catch you in the next one. Take care.